Are you guys interested in learning exactly how to make a living off of soccer? Just betting soccer, guys. I'm not talking about betting any other sport whatsoever. I'm talking about just betting soccer. For you international followers, football. All right, so let's get into it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and discuss exactly how you guys can make a living betting just soccer over the long run of a whole entire year. All right, guys, so if you guys like this video, make sure you guys give us a thumbs up. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications, so that way you guys are notified every time we pump out one of these videos. Also, in the description, if you guys need a sports book, make sure you guys go down in there and check that out as well. Without further ado, let's get over to the whiteboard and I'm gonna show you guys in 5 steps exactly how to make a living off of betting just soccer. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and let's get into step 1. Step 1 on how to bet on just soccer for a living. All right, so first thing, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna need a bankroll between 5K to 15K. All right, the reason behind that is because obviously, guys, if you're looking to do this for a living, you need to have a big enough bankroll to be able to supplement that, all right? And for an example, your unit size should be between $100 to $300 per unit, all right? That's 2%. So we're not going to the minimum here at 1%, we're going to 2% to be our minimum. 2%, you're looking at $100 to a $300 unit size, all right? So that is the first step in order to this dream become a reality and becoming, being able to do just soccer for a living. Step 2, let's get into it. So step 2 now is having access to Bet365, which is a sports book, all right? This is arguably the best sports book to have when it comes to soccer. There is so many options that you get. They give you so many options for soccer. It's unreal, all right? So we got to have access to Bet365, which is basically available everywhere in the world except for really in the US, all right? It's available in New Jersey, but that's basically the only place you can bet Bet365 in the US, all right? But around the world, it's pretty much accepted around the world where you can use Bet365. But if you don't have access to that, I'll grab as many sports books as possible, all right? They give you access to soccer, all right? Because there's some sports books that don't have a lot of options at soccer. Now, to do this for a living, to do this at a professional level, you need to have access to every soccer league in the world. And that's why I told you guys Bet365 is the best for that, because they literally give you access to almost every single league that there is in the world. All right, guys, so step 2, have access to Bet365, which is, my opinion, the leader in soccer for your sportsbook. That's my opinion, guys. My opinion is that's the best one that you need to have. And if you don't have access to that, grab as many of the other ones that you have to kind of piece together to be able to have access to all the leagues that are around the world. All right, guys, so we got our first 2 steps out the way. Step 1, have a bankroll between 5K to 15K with a unit size correlating $100 to $300 per unit size, which is 2% of that bankroll, all right? We're going a little bit further than the 1%, but we're making our minimum to be 2%. Then step 2, have access to Bet365, which I, in my opinion, think is the leader when it comes to soccer plays. All right, and if you don't have access to Bet365, have as many sports books as possible to be able to basically link all these other soccer leagues together so you have access to multiple soccer leagues. So without further ado, now let's get back over to the whiteboard and let's talk about step 3 and step 4. All right, guys, so now let's get on to step 3, all right? Step 3 is going to be, you're going to need to bet 5 plays per day, 7 days a week, all right? This means you're not going to take any days off, all right? Soccer is every single day. There's plays every single day in soccer, okay? So you're going to want to bet every single day, 5 bets a day, 7 days a week. What you're going to want to do is focus on the smaller leagues, all right? Everybody likes to bet the Premier League. They like to bet the MLS. They like to bet all these big leagues, but you need to focus on smaller leagues that people don't really even know about, all right? This is where you're going to find your value. This is where you're going to find easier matchups for you to be able to bet on, all right? So you need to focus on those smaller leagues. So get the Premier League and MLS and all these other big leagues, the Bundesliga league, get all that out of your head, because honestly, everybody wants you to bet those. That's what the sportsbooks want. They want you to bet the big Premier Leagues, and they critique those down to very, very, very small margin for error, all right? But when you focus on smaller leagues, ones that people overlook and don't even look about, you're going to find value, and you're going to realize over the long run that these are easier games to play, that you're going to find easier wins in smaller leagues than you would do in the bigger leagues that are known around the world. All right, guys, now on to step 4. All right, step 4, this one's probably going to shock you a little bit, but step 4, what you're going to want to do is only bet the over-under on the totals. All right, so You're limiting yourself now down to just doing totals over under on the totals, all right? And you're staying away from the money lines. You're staying away from picking the winner. The reason why it's hard to pick the winner in soccer is because you are not just picking the winner. It's not just a 50-50 shot of you picking the winner, okay? Because in 90 minutes, there can be a tie and you still end up losing no matter who you picked. And if that team goes on to win beyond 90 minutes, you end up still losing because you have to pick a winner in the 90-minute mark, all right? And a lot of these games do end up, soccer is low scoring. So there is good amount of chance that these games can be tied at the end of 90 minutes. You don't want to be a part of any of that because you're not even giving yourself a true 50-50 shot, all right? There's actually, when it comes down to it, I think about a 3.5% chance that a game is going to be tied. So you're not getting 50-50 shots on money lines whatsoever, all right? But when it comes to the over-under on the total goals, you are. It's either going to go over the total or it's going to go under the total, all right? So you want to stick to that. You want to stick to just playing the totals over and under. Now, I mentioned in that sportsbook before, Bet365, what they have on there, they have about an average. Their average is 2.5 goals they put on every single game, all right? So you can find good value out there because no matter if the game is between two high-scoring teams or two teams that don't score at all, the over-under usually is 2.5. So that's definitely something you guys want to look at. So you want to stay just betting the totals. Stay at the totals. Stay away from the money lines. The only way it's okay to bet a money line is when they're in a tournament and it's to qualify. But usually you get horrific odds on that. So you end up staying away from it anyway. But that is the only way you should really bet a money line, is when it's just to qualify, meaning it doesn't matter if they win in 90 minutes or if they win in extra time. All right, guys? So step 4, only bet over-unders when it comes to soccer. All right, guys, so a review now for step 3, step 4. Step 3, you're betting 5 bets a day, 7 days a week. All right? And then step 4, what are you doing in step 4? You are just betting the totals. You're staying away from money lines, all right? You're just betting the over-under on the total goals in a game, all right, guys? And you're staying away from those money lines unless they give you an option to bet the money line to qualify, all right? That means that within the 90-minute mark or more, it doesn't really matter. You're picking the winner. You're getting an even 50-50 shot on that, all right? So without further ado, let's get to the last step, all right? Step 5, in order to make a living off of just soccer. Last step, step 5. What do we need to do? What is the last thing we need to do? Well, last thing we need to do is bet year-round. 365 days out of the year. We got to do this every single day. Soccer does not take a break, so we can't take a break either, all right? We got to keep doing it every single day. And then we're going to aim. What we're going to aim for our goal. Our goal is going to be to hit 10 to 20 units per month in soccer, all right? 10 to 20 units per month. If we can hit 10 to 20 units per month, then we should be able to put this at a next level to where we can do this almost for a living, all right? So that is your goal. Your goal is to hit 10 to 20 units per month. Now, here's the thing, is when it comes to just doing soccer, you're gonna be doing this at all different times of the day because soccer is literally throughout the whole entire day, all right? It goes all the way from the early mornings all the way till late at night. All right, so you got to figure out when you're able and when you can time crunch and you can do this. All right, that's a very important thing to do. But step 5, make sure you're doing it every single day. All right, no matter what time you're doing it, make sure you're doing it every day. Don't matter the odds. The odds don't matter when it really comes to this. You're more focused on not the percentage, not the odds. You're focused on the units that you're going to make. Your unit goal should be 10 to 20 units per month. All right, guys, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on how to make a living in just soccer. If you did, make sure you guys smash that like button. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to our channel at Linemaker Sports. Also, make sure you hit that bell for notifications. And if you need a sports book, go down in the description. You can check out any of the sports books that we have down there below. Till next time, make sure you guys check out these videos. They might just help you. I'm Frank with Linemaker Sports. I'll see you guys later.